Next week's not going to work for me, Harvey. I need to meet with you, and I need it to be today. Today?
In person? No, listen, Ted, at the moment I'm a little...
Ever wondered what it's like to be Harvey Specter? That's exactly what Louis Litt also wanted, so he became Harvey for a day. Harvey Specter and Louis Litt are quite the duo at Pearson Specter Litt. Harvey, the smooth and confident lawyer, strides into any room like he owns it. His sharp suit, slick hair, and charming wit make him the coolest guy around. He can handle any situation with a quick joke or a smirk, which sometimes leave people in awe or a bit imitated. On the other hand, there's Louis Litt. He's like a walking bundle of nerves in a fancy suit. Louis is super detail-oriented, a bit obsessive, and somehow manages to get under people's skin without even trying. Deep down though, Louis just wants the same respect and admiration that Harvey effortlessly commands. But when he does try to impress, it usually ends in hilarious epic failures, like the time he tried to be Harvey and ended up wearing a wig that looked like a squirrel's nest. Louis idolizes Harvey a bit too much. He craves Harvey's approval and constantly tries to prove himself worthy of Harvey's respect. This often lands Louis in ridiculous situations, like challenging Harvey to silly competitions or making grand gestures that go horribly wrong. But Louis remains fiercely loyal to Harvey, even when Harvey's plans drive him almost crazy. When it comes to work, Harvey and Louis are a great pair. They balance each other perfectly. Harvey is good at making smart plans and winning in court. Louis knows a lot about details and laws. Together, they can handle any legal problem, whether it's a big business fight or a personal issue, really well. So it was just another busy day at Pearson Specter Litt, with everyone hustling and bustling to get things done. But for Louis Litt, this day was about to become legendary. And why would that be? It could even be the day Louis Litt wanted his entire time at Pearson. And all of this excitement was because Harvey Specter, the firm's golden boy with his perfect hair and impeccable suit, was out of town for 2 days, and Louis saw his chance. Louis was always envious of Harvey. Harvey was smooth, confident, and always seemed to get what he wanted. Louis, on the other hand, was awkward, neurotic, and had a penchant for cats. He often found himself wishing he could be more like Harvey. One day, as he was passing Harvey's office, Harvey had gone out of town for a couple of days. It was at that moment that Louis felt a mischievous grin spread across his face. This was his chance. He tiptoed into the office, sat in Harvey's chair, and spun around. It felt good, really good. He even put his feet up on the desk, just like Harvey does. Louis thought aloud about how Harvey could be so confident. He wondered what Harvey would do if he were there. When he saw Harvey's record player, Louis decided to play some of Harvey's favorite music. The music filled the room, making Louis even more like Harvey. Louis muttered to himself about how for 2 full days he could be Harvey Specter. And this is the kind of stuff his dreams are made of. He fantasized about sitting in Harvey's chair, listening to his records, and keeping the secret to himself. Nervously, he glanced around, half expecting Harvey to jump out from behind a plant. He reassured himself, wondering if the place was bugged and convincing himself that Harvey couldn't possibly know he was in there. But where was Harvey exactly? Harvey and Sam had gone on a road trip to meet Sam's biological father. Harvey picked a vintage Mustang, which brought back painful memories for Sam. She recalled trying to escape an abusive foster father as a child and a failed affair with Eric Caldor. So that was why Louis ended up in Harvey's office. At that time, the phone on Harvey's desk rang. Unable to resist, Louis picked it up and tried to channel his inner Harvey, deepening his voice as he greeted the caller, pretending to be Harvey Specter. On the other end was Ted Tucker, a big-shot client. The Ted Tucker, Louis thought, sweating bullets. Louis tried to act cool and casual, but inside he was cringing. Ted wanted to meet Harvey urgently, but Louis knew he couldn't pull off the impersonation face-to-face. Thinking quickly, he suggested sending his partner, Louis Litt, who he claimed had a more refined taste in opera. Ted wasn't having it. He insisted on meeting Harvey, not some unknown partner, and stressed that he wanted the best lunch of his life. Panicking, Louis dashed to Donna, the firm's all-knowing secretary, and urgently asked for information on RE Communications, still using his Harvey voice. Donna turned around and nearly choked on her coffee when she saw Louis. Check out this clip to see what she got shocked at. Louis was wearing a wig that literally looked like a squirrel had taken up residence on his head. Louis, completely serious, explained that it was his Harvey wig and he needed it to complete his disguise. Donna, trying not to laugh, asked why he needed to pretend to be Harvey in the first place. Louis explained the prank phone call that had spiraled out of control. Despite her skepticism, Donna reluctantly agreed to help on the condition that his impersonation of Harvey would last for just one lunch and that Louis must ditch the ridiculous wig. Want to know what happened at lunch with Ted Tucker? Check this out. The lunch with Ted Tucker turned into quite the spectacle. Louis, dressed in his best Harvey impersonation, went all out to meet Ted. And when he reaches there, he finds out that Ted has ordered the entire menu to impress Harvey. When Louis questioned if all the food was just for them, Ted, trying to act casual, replied that they could get anything from anywhere in the state. Then, sensing something fishy, Ted asked if Harvey knew Mike Ross was a fraud when he hired him. Louis, channeling his inner movie star, quoted a famous line, hoping to dodge the question. Back at the office, Donna gave Louis a stern talking to, warning him that this plan was a bad idea, but Louis, enjoying his moment of glory, was there with a purpose. He just wanted to feel like Harvey for one lunch. During the meal, Louis kept up the act, throwing around business jargon and movie quotes, much to Ted's amusement. He even managed to dodge Ted's probing questions with surprising finesse. By the end of the meal, Ted was impressed, but still slightly suspicious. He commented that Harvey wasn't quite what he expected. Louis, feeling proud, replied that he was one of a kind, congratulating himself internally for not collapsing under the pressure. And guess what happened when Harvey returned? He surely learned about Louis's antics. Harvey, secretly impressed, gave Louis a nod of approval. Louis realized that pretending to be Harvey was fun but tiring. He understood he didn't need to be Harvey to make an impact. He could be himself, quirks and all, and still be valuable to the firm. Well, that was really wholesome to watch. You might have seen Louis also trying to dress like Harvey, wearing similar suits, and it's all because he thinks it will make people respect him more, just like they respect Harvey. In his work, Louis copies Harvey's antics. He tries to negotiate tough like Harvey or use clever legal tricks in his cases. Louis hopes this will help him succeed like Harvey does. Louis wants Harvey to like him, so he often does things to impress him. He takes on hard cases or tries big moves to show Harvey how capable he is. Sometimes, Louis and Harvey compete with each other. They might try to win over the same client or solve legal problems faster than the other. Louis sees these challenges as chances to prove himself to Harvey. But at the end of the day, Louis really admires Harvey and wants to be as successful as him. Even if he sometimes messes up or makes things funny when he tries too hard to be like Harvey, Louis keeps trying because he respects Harvey a lot and wants to learn from him. So after this scene, Louis finds himself in a tight spot when he discovers that Harold Gunderson, Reed's counsel, could blow his cover for pretending to be Harvey. Desperate, Louis tries to convince Harold to mess up Ted Tucker's deal, but Harold sees through it after contacting the real Harvey. Facing the music, Louis spills the beans and begs for Harold's mercy. After some soul-searching and a few panicked moments, Louis decides to come clean with Tucker. But maybe Harvey wasn't pressed after all. So there really isn't much for Louis Litt to panic about, but he'd better not try to be Harvey again because Harvey is, after all, the main man who runs the show. So, what are your thoughts regarding this? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more.